My name is Alex Deaconson, and I'm a visual consultant here at DK Global. Being a consultant means really that we are weighing in on what the best route of action to take in producing a visual for your case is. No day is ever really the same here at DK because no case is the same. Everyone's story is different. I think that's the beauty of what we do, is we can tell those stories in a very powerfully dynamic way for each individual person in each individual incident. When it comes to creating demonstrative exhibits and getting them admitted in front of a jury, there are steps you want to take. Specifically, the expert. That is the most important person or persons that you want involved in the creation process. You definitely want to make sure that you're including the expert early on and that there are things that you can do along the production process to ensure best chance of admissibility. It allows for visual creativity, but it is very finite in the sense that it has to be factually accurate based off of the evidence that's available and expert opinions that we're working with. Having a procedure in place that allows your expert to be involved in the creation process. What it does is it allows that physician, that reconstruction expert or biomechanical engineer to be involved, inserted into the milestones of the production process where they know exactly what that visual is produced, they know the data that's going to be involved, they've selected that data, the data is from them, it's from the evidence, it's from their report. We do storyboards off the very front. Then we have a preview process. This is the real rough moving animatic, as the animators call it. And that is something that's not textured or lit, but it shows the camera angles and it shows the basic structures and speed and movement. And if it's two vehicles, it shows the pathways of those vehicles, where they interact, where the impact is, different speeds, delta V. Then we get into drafts and then ultimately to a final. But what you can confidently say is that that expert had a directorial hand in the entire process. So when it comes to submitting it as a demonstrative exhibit, we've checked all the boxes. Jurors are very intelligent. You know, a lot of them are, and they are very intuitive. You don't know who's on your jury. You don't know what they're thinking, and you don't know exactly how they're going to land when it comes to the opinions you're trying to get across and the points you're trying to make. One thing we do know is that when you have an expert on the stand going through a visual that he barely looked at or just looked at in the hallway or is reading the text off of the presentation from the screen, that's very apparent. You can tell that they didn't really have a hand in the creation process. When you have an expert who's worked with our company because of our process, it's like they created the presentation. It's their exhibit. They're the director. We want that confidence to exude from the witness stand, from that expert as he walks through the presentation seamlessly. And by getting the expert involved in a timely manner and early, we can accomplish that. You have an expert who is walking through the presentation seamlessly because he knows the milestones, he did the surgery, he visited the scene. This is just a visualization of data he already knows and is very confident in. When it comes to conflicts of interest, we have a system in place that manages everything that we work on. All of that data is housed in a proprietary software created by our very talented IT engineer. What we can easily do is look at every case that we've worked on, pull up a client profile that's attached to any different case that has been submitted to us for record, and find out very quickly whether we have discussed the case with anyone or whether we are currently working on the case. I love that we have a studio that is available for attorneys to assist in telling the story of their clients, no matter what the story is. And that's really what we're in the business of, is lifting others up as we produce the exhibits, to really for them to just be able to, tell their client's story in the most impactful way.